This meeting is being recorded.
Okay, hello everyone. So we'll be having a mixed set of questions. It is definitely going to be centered around women. So I'll just read out the rules. Okay, I'll be sharing my screen with you right now. Is my screen visible to you guys?
Yes.
Okay. So we are having this quiz on the occasion of International Women's Day, and we are having collaboration, and we are giving out this book to the lucky winner, as I know all of you are interested in this book. So that's the book, Song of Draupadi, and we are going to see the rules first. So if you can just have a look at the rules. You want me to read it out? I'll read it out. So whenever whoever is not speaking, you can just keep yourself on mute, and we would request you to keep your cameras on. Okay. And whenever I put a question on the floor, you can just raise your hand. There would be a button on the reaction. You can see an emoji, okay, under the name reaction, and you will find a raise your hand option. And you can use that, and then we'll see who's raised the hand first, and then you can go for the answer. And as per the order of raised hands, you will be asked the question. And in an event where somebody is unable to answer, the question gets passed on to the other person. So that is how we are going to have the order of the quiz. So that is how we'll begin with our questions. So is everybody okay, clear with the rules?
So the raised question is through that option in Zoom, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Then phone is not a good option. I'm just starting my laptop.
No, I think you can do it from phone also.
Okay.
Okay.
Generally, Miss Chatterjee is the listener. She has taken so many of her digital walks. So this time she is an active participant in all this. And generally she has so many interesting questions at the end of the walk. She's always asking me one of all the intelligent questions, which makes me go and check my facts once again. So I'm quite interested for this quiz now.
I have so many interests actually. I'm still willing to learn like always. Really something
that's so nice.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay.
So everyone knows the facts. कोई यहाँ पे confusion नहीं है. If not, I think Tanisha, you can go ahead. Now I'm nervous myself, even though I'm not participating. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so we begin with our first question.
Yeah.
So now you read, and then you can raise your hand, and then we'll ask you for the answer. I'll read out the question.
Tanisha, I cannot see other people. Can you see other people?
Yeah.
Or I don't know why I can't. Okay.
Okay, so I'll read out the question first. I can see Rakhi ma'am has raised her hand. So the first question is that National Women's Day is celebrated on 13th February in India. The question is, after whom it is celebrated? We just want to know the name of the person. So I think Rakhi ma'am, you can go for the answer.
So before I answer, I just wanted to ask, are there any negative marks?
No, there are no negative marks. And the more you guess, the better it is for you.
So it's a complete guess. I have no idea who it is. My guess is Sarojini Naidu.
Okay, that's a very informed guess. That's the right answer.
Yay! Oh, okay.
So you get 10 points. I'm just noting down your marks.
Thank you to Dear Mrs. Naidu by Matangini Subramanian. The book I read.
Nice. Okay, so moving on to the second question. That's the second question. I'll read it out. How many languages are written from right to left? This can be a guess thing. I think everybody should go for this. If your guess is right, you win a point. Okay, so Sharmishta ma'am has raised her hand, and then again we have Rakhi ma'am. So let's go with Sharmishta ma'am first. Yes, ma'am, your answer.
Once again, it's my guess only. It's Arabic, Urdu, Farsi, as well as Hebrew.
Okay, so ma'am, your guess is 4. Okay, then we move on to Rakhi ma'am and then Subhashri ma'am. So Rakhi ma'am, your answer.
My guess was 2, Arabic and Urdu, but yeah, that
Okay.
was my guess.
Okay, then we move on to Subhashri ma'am.
My answer would be 3. I think it's Arabic, Urdu, and Persian.
Okay, 3. So at this point of time, I would like to give a hint and I would want everybody to try. So the hint is that the answer is a double-digit number. So I think all of you can take a guess, and then if you're lucky, then we'll have a point. So yes, Subhashri ma'am, you can go. You raised your hand first.
I'll change that 3 to 13 then.
Okay. Okay. Anyone else? Yes, Rakhi ma'am.
Guess again, 10.
Okay, 10. Srijita ma'am.
I was also about to guess 13, but since that's already been taken, I would say 11.
Okay. Sharmishta ma'am.
I'll probably take 15 then. Guess again.
Okay, okay. Anushka ma'am, you can also take a guess. It's okay.
Oh, I remember this answer. You showed it to me. Of all the
okay.
answers,
Oh, okay.
Go
So-
ahead.
So the answer is 12. I think all of you left that one number only. Everybody said 11, 13, 14, 15. So 12 is the right answer.
Hmm.
So as most of you rightly said, the languages you mentioned, they are a part of the group. And there are total 12 languages which are written from right to left. So once you've said an answer, you can lower your hand. You know, there's an option of keeping your hand down also. So we move on to the third question, and here we go. Can you guess what these are a compilation of? So there are certain group of words. I'll read it out. Vimochana, Azad, Swaniti, Seva, and Snehalaya. So these are few words. You just have to connect these words. Can you guess what are these words a compilation of? Okay, so we have Srijita ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
I think these are all NGOs that work on women's rights, women's issues.
Yes, very good. So yeah, that's right. So I write 10 points for you. So these are all Indian organizations, NGOs, which work for women. Now moving on to the next question. And once someone has raised their hand, we'll give 10 seconds to others to think of an answer, and then you can give your answer. So this is the question. Can you identify the women in this picture? So we have Rakhi ma'am, Sharmishta ma'am. Let us take 10 more seconds and then you can answer. The picture has a lot of hints. Yes, Rakhi ma'am, you can give an answer.
That's Iram Sharmila.
Okay, that's right. So I'll tell you a few things about her. So this is Iram Sharmila. She's a lady from Manipur, and she's been designated with the title the Iron Lady of Manipur. She has been on a hunger strike for 16 years. Obviously, she was given food supply through nasal tract, and she holds the world record of having the longest hunger strike ever. So that is her achievement. So we have Rakhi ma'am with another 10 points. And anybody, if you feel like adding a point, if you know about a particular question, you can always say it. Moving on to another question. That's question number 9. This is a book. You just have to tell us who is the author of this book.
I think a lot of people would know this, hopefully.
So we have Rakhi ma'am, then we have Sharmishta ma'am, and we'll wait for 5 more seconds. So Rakhi ma'am has raised her hand first. So yes, ma'am, would you like to give an answer?
Shakuntala Devi.
Mm.
Yes. So yes, ma'am, you're right. So The author is Shakuntala Devi. So this is the first mainstream book on homosexuality in India. Before this, there was no such book. And the author is Shakuntala Devi. She was essentially a mathematician. Then she went on to write a lot of books. She has also written books on lesbian community and other such communities. So this is what makes this book unique, that in spite of being a mathematician, she went ahead in writing such a book. So we give another 10 points to Rakhi ma'am, which makes her the leading scorer right now. And then we have Srijita ma'am. Okay, then we move on to the 6th question. This is a painting. You can have a look. And we have the name of the painter. You just have to name this painting. So we have Srijita ma'am, Rakhi ma'am, and Sharmishta ma'am. We'll wait for 5 seconds and then we can move for the answer. So Srijita ma'am, yes, you can go ahead.
I think I got excited and raised my hand.
Okay, you can think meanwhile. We'll move on to Rakhi ma'am.
I'll just guess.
Okay.
I think it's Mahishashur Mardini.
Okay, that's a very informed guess. That's the answer.
Yeah.
So this painting is Mahishasur Mardini, and this was the first painting in India which surpassed the $1 million mark, and it was the most expensive painting at that time. It was sold in 2005. So we have Srijita ma'am with a very fine guess. So that's 10 points to you. Now moving on to another question. I'll read it out. Name this Indian author who writes under the pseudonym Ambai and has won the Sahitya Academy Award in 2021. So again, Srijita ma'am has raised her hand. We'll wait for 5 more seconds. Yes, ma'am, you can go ahead with the answer.
No, I think I couldn't lower my hand the last time.
Okay.
Whoever else can take a crack, please take a crack. And something is, yeah, wait. Wait, let me try lowering my hand in the meantime.
Anisha, can you give a hint? Maybe that would help people.
Yes, okay. So this author has a studio, has a sound and light studio, okay, which is named as Sparrow. It's in Mumbai.
Yeah. And also maybe the region, the language in which she's writing. Her work is translated work.
Yeah, she's basically writing. Can you pardon?
Dobara Tanisha, she's writing in Tamil, hai na?
Yes. Do we need another hint? Yes,
I can take a crack.
Yes.
Is it Salma?
No. Rakhi ma'am, your guess?
I'm sure it's wrong. When you said Tamil, just the first person writing under a pen name in Tamil came to my mind. So is it Volga?
No.
Okay, I'll give a last hint. Her name resembles one of the goddesses. Okay, we have Sharmishta ma'am raising her hand. Yes, ma'am.
No, I was just trying to take a guess, but since you said sound studio, but may not be correct, I was thinking about Suhasini.
Okay. You can take the last clue that her name resembles one of the goddesses.
No, I can't think of any author.
I think then Tanisha, just tell the name, and I think
I want to guess. I lowered and then raised my hand.
Okay.
Yeah.
So again, guess. Is it Lakshmi? Lakshmi something.
Yes, it's C.S. Lakshmi. So since it's quite a lot of number of guesses, so I'll give you +5 for this question.
And I'll suggest everyone to go through Ambai's work. It's very lovely. It's very interesting. You will definitely love it.
Okay, so now we move on to another question. This is again a picture question. Now this is an image of a fire walking ritual. You just have to guess the event from which it draws inspiration. Okay, so we have Rakhi ma'am and Sarmishta ma'am. We'll give them 10 seconds and then you can say your answer. Yes, Rakhi ma'am, you can have your guess.
Is it from Ramayana, Sita walking through fire to prove her chastity/innocence?
Okay, that's your guess. Okay, I'll take that guess. I'll let Sharmishta ma'am answer and then I'll let you know. Yes, Sharmishta ma'am.
I was also making that guess only, that Sita's walking on fire, Agni Pariksha.
Okay, you'll have to take a little detour. You are quite close to the answer, but that's not the answer.
Any hint?
No, there's no hint to this question. You are quite close to the answer. That itself is a very big hint.
Maybe from, can you, Tanisha, talk about the epic from which it's Ramayana, the epic itself?
No, it's not from Ramayana. Yes, Srijita ma'am has.
Is
Yes,
it?
ma'am.
Sorry.
Is it from the Mahabharata?
Yes, but you have to mention me the event.
Can I take the guess?
Yes, yes.
So can I guess?
Yes, Srijita.
So is it from Draupadi's the court scene from?
No, the court scene is the sari scene. This is not the court scene. Rakhi ma'am, you want to give this a try?
I did guess a scene from Mahabharata, but it has nothing to do with Draupadi, so I guess I'm wrong.
It is to do with Draupadi.
No, my guess is nothing to do with Draupadi. So
Okay, okay.
Can I take a guess?
Yes,
It's
ma'am.
Draupadi's birth. It's Draupadi's birth.
No, it's not Draupadi's birth.
I was actually trying to guess that from the when
Fire.
this fire, from where she came out of the fire and she
Like they both.
I'll take one more guess.
Yes, okay.
It's from Draupadi's and the courtship scene, as in when she's won over.
A Swayamvar?
Yeah, the Swayamvar.
No. Okay, so I will tell you the answer. This is when Draupadi is returned from exile, okay, 13 years later. This is when she has to prove her purity and chastity to the world. This is when she walks on the path of fire to prove her purity. This is that scene. Now, this event is actually a festival in Tamil Nadu. This is called as Timiti. It's a festival in Tamil Nadu where women and now a lot of men also carry out this ritual. And that is how this has become a festival, a celebration. So all of you were quite close to the event, but this is what is the story behind it. Okay, so nobody gets a point for this one. So I'll tell you the score so that you can, maybe buckle up. So Rakhi ma'am is leading. Then we have Srijita ma'am, and rest of you have to yet, score a point. So we move on to the next question. That's the question. Now, this is an image of an artist from the movie Raja Harishchandra. You have to tell us what is so peculiar about this artist. So we already have 2 hands raised. We'll give 10 seconds to everybody. Yes, Rakhi ma'am, you can go ahead.
So my guess is that back then women weren't allowed to act in movies. So this is a man playing the woman's role.
Okay, I'll let other people have their guesses. Okay. Yes, Sharmishta ma'am, your answer.
Yeah, even my guess was the same, a male actor playing the role of wife of Harishchandra.
Okay. Anybody else? Okay. So I think both of you are correct. So it's actually a man, but it wasn't the case that women were not allowed to act. What the situation in this case was that the director had rolled out a lot of advertisements calling for female actors, but nobody was ready to act in films. So they couldn't find a female lead, so they had no other option but to cast a man. So this man is Anna Salonke, who played the role of Rani Taramati, okay, of Raja Harishchandra. So we give 10 points to Rakhi ma'am, but we also give points to Sharmishta ma'am for taking the right guess. So 5 points to Sharmishta ma'am. And that is how you open your account also.
I'm always late in raising my hand. So that is always the second one. I'm missing the answer to
first. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, now moving on to the next question. This is pretty easy. Name this woman who became the first ever woman to be employed as an engineer by Telco in 1974. You get a bonus point if you can say anything extra about this woman. So again, we have Rakhi ma'am and Sharmishta ma'am raising their hands. So yes, Rakhi ma'am, you can give your answer.
Is it Sudha Murthy?
Okay. Yes, it is Sudha Murthy.
And do you want me to say?
Yeah. Yes.
What I remember is that she saw an advertisement saying that only men can apply, and then she went and demanded what about being a woman disqualifies her from doing a job, and that's how she got it. And later on, of course, we know she's done so many other things. She's a philanthropist, and she is on the board of Infosys, and she's a very famous writer, and so many others.
Yeah, you are absolutely right. That's what is the story behind this. So like how Rakhi ma'am said, if anybody of you have any trivias or if you know any fun fact, you can always share with us. So you get another 10 points. Now we move on to the next question. Sharmishta ma'am, you can just have your finger on the reaction button. So you can come first.
actually, I'm trying from the phone. So it is always clicking on a menu and from there. I'm not. So that is where I'm getting late always, because I'm clicking on the menu. I'm looking on the screen, clicking on the menu and then going to raise hand. So I'm not seeing any icon or anything beside this. So that is.
Can you open your laptop if it is near you?
Yeah, it would take some time, but carry on. Okay, I'm learning also. It's not.
If you do you see a more button on your phone? Because I'm also logged in from a phone. So just touch on more, and then you will get.
I'm clicking on more and then I'm getting a menu and then I'm going to raise hand. Yeah, so it's 2 steps actually. So that's where either I'm going to a menu or the icon. So okay. Let's see.
Okay, now we move on to the next question. Now you have to say who is referred to as Dhing Express. Okay, this time Sharmishta ma'am has raised her hand very quickly, though it's the wrong gesture, but yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Maybe.
No, that's fine. Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Once again, guess, is it Jhulan Goswami?
I'll let others say first and then I'll tell you. Okay, yes, Rakhi ma'am, your guess.
Complete guess. Is it PT Usha?
Okay, we'll let other people guess. So I think most of you are on the right track. It has something to do with sports, of course. So I think everybody can take one guess.
It's a woman cricketer. So if it's not Jhulan Goswami, maybe it's Mithali Raj or somebody, but I can't remember the name.
Okay, Srijita ma'am, Subhashri ma'am, would you like to give it a try? Yes, Srijita ma'am.
Yeah, I would go with Mithila Raj.
Okay. Okay. Subhashri ma'am, would you like to give this question a try? You are on mute, I suppose.
I'm completely blank right now. I can't think of anything.
Okay.
Sorry.
And was sharing this with me. She's like, we cannot add too many sports questions. I'm so sad कि Tanisha भी ढूंढ रही थी sports question के, and our knowledge about sports, women's sports, all of us is very limited.
Yeah.
And because of obviously lot of factors, including media.
Yes.
Tanisha,
So the answer is Hima Das, the sprinter from Assam. So it had nothing to do with cricket. She's a
Okay.
sprinter from Assam. Okay. So moving on to the next question. Name this Indian author who has a semi-autobiographical book to her credit, and the book has won the Man Booker Prize in 1997. You can take the year as a hint. So we have Rakhi ma'am first, then we have Subhashri ma'am this time, and we have Sharmishta ma'am.
I'm always late in raising hand. All answers
It's
and
okay.
Should I answer?
Yes, Rakhi ma'am, you can go ahead.
Arundhati Roy?
Okay, Subhashri ma'am, what do you think?
Arundhati Roy, the god of small things.
Okay, okay. So yes, because two of you have said the correct answer. So yes, Arundhati Roy is the right answer, and it is for the god of small things. So I'll give a +5 to Subhashri ma'am for mentioning the book, and we'll give +10 to Rakhi ma'am for saying the correct answer. Okay, now everybody has opened their account. Great. So moving on to I think I just picked up a really wrong question here, but okay. So these are a few names. Now you have to guess what connects these names. If only I was aware of the participants. So I think Sharmishta ma'am, you have raised your hand first this time. So let's go with you.
yeah, it's all Rabindranath Tagore actually. Bhanusingha is the pen name by which he has written Bhanusingher Padavali, and Robi is from short name of Rabindranath. Gurudev, Vishwakavi, everything is Rabindranath Tagore.
Yes, great. Yes, that's the answer. Since all of us are Bengalis, if anybody wants to, say something about Rabindranath Tagore, which is very unique, then you can please go ahead.
There's so many facts about it, right?
Yeah.
Wait.
Yes.
Maybe Rabindranath Tagore and food. That will be very interesting. If you can tell us any interesting fact about Rabindranath Tagore and food, because he used to experiment a lot with his diet.
Okay. We can proceed to the next question. Okay. Hands on your reaction button, everyone. So this is a picture question. If you can describe this picture, since this is a very subjective question, I think everybody should go ahead and. Okay, we have Rakhi ma'am who's raised her hand. We'll give 10 more seconds. Srijita ma'am has also raised her hand. We'll wait for 5 more seconds. Yes, Rakhi ma'am, you can give your answer.
So it's a complete guess because you said it's a very subjective picture, but my guess is this is the practice of colonial Victorian women getting their portrait shot with the native ayahs in the picture.
Okay. Srijita ma'am, what would be your answer?
Yeah, my answer is also something similar. I think this is essentially a representation of racism.
Okay. So yes, what Rakhi ma'am said is right, that this is an image which portrays a British woman with her children and the caretaker, which we called them as ayahs. And this practice is not only restricted to India. When these women used to travel abroad, in ships and everything, they used to have these ayahs travel with them to take care of their children, even in Europe and even outside India. So that is what the picture is about. This family is the Berkeley family, and this is a very famous picture. Okay, so yes, we give 10 points to Rakhi ma'am and also 5 points to Srijita. Okay, next question is also a guess question, a picture question. So that's the picture. What does this picture describe? Okay, Rakhi ma'am has raised her hand.
It's Ujala.
So wait. Let us wait for 10 seconds. Then we have Subhashri ma'am has raised her hand, and then Srijita ma'am. Okay. Yes, Rakhi ma'am, you can go for it. Yes.
So it's either Ujala or Nirma, but I'm going Ujala.
Okay, you're going with Ujala. Okay. Subhashri ma'am, your guess.
Yes, I can't name a particular product, but then it's related to something of a detergent sort, because there's the striking difference there in the shades. So I guess.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Sharmishta ma'am, your answer.
I guess this is Rin ad.
Okay. Srijita ma'am, your answer.
Yeah, my answer is also Rin.
Okay. So Sharmishta ma'am and Srijita ma'am would get points because it is Rin. And just the symbol that is there, the striking difference, the symbol which is there, that's
Honey.
Rin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
So,
bowl with the blue wrapper, blue paper wrapper, and everything,
yes.
right?
Yeah. Yes. So that's the picture. Okay. Now moving on to the next question. What is this statue called? And yes, this is in India. So we have two raised hands. One is Subhashri ma'am and Rakhi ma'am. Okay, we will give 5 seconds.
Sorry, this was my raised hand from the previous question. Sorry.
Okay. So we have Rakhi ma'am and Srijita ma'am. Okay. So yes, ma'am, you can go. Rakhi ma'am, you can go for your turn.
Actually, I interpreted it wrong. Can I lower my hand?
Yeah. No problem. There is no negative marking. Okay. So yes, Srijita ma'am, your answer.
Is it called Jalpari?
No. But I am glad that you're making full use of the guess game and you're making it so interesting. So I think everybody should guess.
Yeah, it makes the entire thing very fun. But it's very interesting that this is in India and it's juxtaposed with the hills, the barren hills. I'm
Yeah.
interested to know. Tanisha.
Sharmishta ma'am, yes, your answer.
Once again, it's a guess. But is it something to do with Putana?
Okay, we'll hear a few more guesses. Anybody else? Okay, so it is related. It is considered that this statue has taken inspiration from some demon, of course, but it's not Putna. So this statue is called as Yakshi. Okay, and it is a 30-feet statue in Kerala. It was sculpted by Kanai Kunhiraman. He's one of the most famous sculptors of Kerala. And this statue was first built, and later on a garden was built around it. And it is now a place to visit for tourists.
Wonderful, very interesting.
And this is the only nude statue that you will find in India.
Oh.
Apart from the ones that we have on caves and the ones, apart from the
statue, the modern.
Yeah, that's the only nude statue. Okay. So, okay, there is nobody gets a point here. We move on to the next question. What connects them? I'll read out the names. Madhubala, Leela Chitnis, Wahida Rahman, we already have a hand. Okay. Saira Banu, Hema Malini, Poonam Dhillon, Sri Devi, and Madhuri Dixit. Okay, we'll give 10 seconds to everybody. And your hint is that there is nothing to do with cinema. So no common actors, no song sequence, nothing. So we have one hand. Okay. Since this is like a purely guess game, I'll give 10 more seconds to everybody. You can think of something unique other than cinema. Okay, we have two participants. Okay, so yes, Rakhi ma'am, you can go first.
Very silly guess. So that's not their real names. Those are their stage names.
Okay, this is one of your guesses. What is your other guess? Okay.
No, that's my only guess.
Okay, we'll wait. Okay, Srijita ma'am, yes, your guess.
I think all the first names are like synonyms. So Madhuri and Madhubala.
That was quite the brainstorming there. Yeah. But that's not okay. Anybody else? You can take a guess. You never know, it could be right. Sharmishta ma'am, you want to take a guess?
Just a guess that they married a person who was previously married.
Okay.
So Madhuri Dixit may not be the, I mean, I don't know of that, but that is a
No,
guess.
we have an odd one out here. So no.
Is it related to dancing, Tanisha? Because all of them are brilliant dancers. Madhuri,
I
Sridevi.
was just taking that guess.
Dance, we'll take dance as a part of cinema. So the answer is that all these women, they have promoted, endorsed Lux soap.
Yeah, I was just, that was the second case I was about to. Anyway.
Yeah, that's a good link to all these.
Yeah, so Leela Chitnis was the first women from cinema who endorsed Lux, and then we still have it. You know, we still have Aishwarya, Alia Bhatt, all these people endorsing it. So,
Yeah.
okay, nobody gets a point here, but yeah. Next question is, can you connect these two images?
Oh,
If at any point you need a hint, you can always ask me.
A hint would be nice.
I'm just going to give you the name of the actress. That's my hint.
That we
Zina
know,
Taman
we
could
know.
Parveen Babi.
I know.
That's more than a hint. Okay. Yes, we have hands. Sharmishta ma'am. Okay,
Once
yes.
again, I guess this perfume brand is something launched by Zina Taman and then named after her.
Can you repeat your answer, please?
I said it's a perfume that is a brand name probably named after Zinat and something which is launched by Zinat.
Okay, Shrijita ma'am, your answer.
I think the word zenith means perfume.
Okay, now it's hard for me to score you guys because yes, that's quite a nice guess. This is a perfume which is called Zenith and it was launched by her. It was launched by a company in Saudi Arabia and it was known as Zenith by Zenith. Okay, so Zina Daman was the first Indian or you can say first person in cinema who's got a perfume in her name. And now we have Hema Malini, we have Shah Rukh Khan, we have Amitabh Bachchan who have perfume by their name. So I think both of you should get 10 points because you have said. So Sharmishta ma'am, you said the answer, right?
Yeah, I said.
And Shrijita ma'am. Okay, so both of you get a perfect 10. Okay, moving on to the next question. Can you guess the women in the image? We already have hands up. Okay. Yes, Rakhi ma'am.
Is that Rita Faria, the first Miss World from India?
Okay. Shrijita ma'am, your answer.
Is it Tina Munim?
So, okay. So Rakhi ma'am is absolutely right. It's Rita Faria, the first Miss World of India. She was actually a medical student. She's a student of Grand Medical College, Mumbai. So this is a photo from that time. Okay, so Rakhi ma'am gets a perfect 10 like always. Now moving on to the next question. Now you have to name this famous female poet who worked at the Lahore radio station in Pakistan and later on worked at All India Radio after partition. So we have two hands. So Subhashri ma'am first and Sharmishta ma'am second. Yes, ma'am, you can go for your answer.
Is it Amrita Pritam?
Yeah, that's a perfect 10. That is Amrita Pritam. Okay, now moving on to the next question. This is a very famous and a very popular thing. Who is Shabra Mali? And your hint is Uttar Pradesh. We already have one hand, but I'll give 10 seconds more to everybody. Two hands. Oh, Subhashri ma'am, did you raise your hand?
I think it was from before. Tanisha.
Acha.
Yeah, yeah, it was from the previous question.
Okay, yes, Rakhi ma'am, you can have your.
This is wrong. I shouldn't open my mouth.
It's okay, we don't have negative points here. It's okay.
Is it Madhubala?
No, no.
That's my guess.
Okay. Does anyone want any context here? Okay, Sharmishta ma'am has raised her hand. Yes, ma'am.
No, once again, a guess. It's linked to Muzaffar Ali, I guess. So, is that correct?
No, no.
Okay, okay. Then it's wrong guess.
Okay, this woman, I'll give a hint. She's in news a lot. Okay. For all the wrong reasons, we can say she's quite infamous. And I've given you the hint as Uttar Pradesh, so you can maybe guess that why would somebody be infamous in Uttar Pradesh? Any guesses? Okay. So, Shabra Mali is on its way to becoming independent India's first woman to be sentenced to the gallows. So far in India, we've never had a female who's been awarded a death sentence. She's going to be the first woman. She's going to be. Her execution date has not been announced yet. This case which she's involved in is the famous Amroha case. It's a murder case. So this question is not a history question, but this might soon make up for a question in history. So that is why. Okay. So next question. Can you guess the iconic role played by this actress in the year 1996? Okay, Srijita ma'am has raised her hand. We'll wait for 5 seconds. And we have Sharmishta ma'am. Yes, Srijita ma'am, you can go for your answer.
It's Poolan Devi, Bandit Queen, Seema Biswas playing the role.
Yeah, that's a perfect 10. Okay, great. Sharmishta ma'am, that was your guess?
Yes, it's Seema Biswas from Bandit Queen.
Okay. Okay.
Next time I should open my laptop.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, okay. Yes, sure. Okay, now we are coming to the end of the session. We have only a few questions left. So, other people, you can really go for the guess game.
Tanisha, one thing to do is like you can wait just 2 minutes so that everyone has their reaction button ready, and then you can hear the question. That can help people a lot.
Yes. Okay, so is everybody ready with their
Reaction button. Okay, then go.
Now, name this woman who was the wife of one of the Pandavas. And you have the hint that she was also known as Pallavi. So we have one raised hand. We'll wait for 10 more seconds. The question has a very big hint. We have 2 raised hands. Okay, we'll go for the answer. Yes, Rakhi ma'am.
The guess, Subhadra, Arjun's wife.
Okay, we'll take that. Okay, so Vashri ma'am.
I don't know, I was thinking if her name was Rukmini. I'm not sure though.
Rukmani was Krishna's wife.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
Any more guess? You can take all the names in the Mahabharata that you know, you never know it might be the answer. Because only very few women are popular. So, Srijita ma'am, your guess?
Is it Chitrangada, Arjun's wife?
Okay. Any other names?
I'll take Ulupi in that case,
Oh, okay. Any other name?
because Pallava maybe from down south. So Ulupi was from down south.
Okay. Would you like a hint here?
Yes.
Of course. Why not? So the women we are talking about is a demon.
Can I take the
so-
guess?
Please do anyway. My guess should not matter.
So Srijita ma'am has raised her hand first.
It's
Oh,
Hirimba, Bhima's wife.
okay.
Yeah, Bhim's wife.
Yes. Okay. So who answered this? I think Sharmishta ma'am answered it, right?
I answered. Yes.
Okay. And Srijita ma'am had raised her hands first, And that was your answer. So we'll split the points between the two of you. Okay, now moving on to the next question. Okay, so I'll give you a little trivia about Hidimba, also known as Hidimbi. She was, madly in love with Bhima, but he had a condition where he said that he will only marry her if she is ready to bear a child. So she was so much in love with him that she agreed, and that is how they have Ghatotkaч, and she's a single mother, and Ghatotkaч is their only child. Okay, now moving on to the next question. There is a charge that applies to certain products such as tampons, razors, dry shampoo, pink scooters, Barbie dolls. What is this charge that we are talking about? So we have a raised hand. We'll wait for 5 more seconds. We have another hand by Srijita ma'am. Okay, yes, Rakhi ma'am, you can take your turn.
Is it the luxury tax?
But we are looking for the term. What is it called? That's a common term.
Luxury products, luxury, something luxury.
You've taken the concept. You know that we know what you're talking about, but we need the term. Srijita ma'am.
Is it called pink tax?
Yeah, great. So that is called pink tax, which is applied on women products. Okay, and it makes the expensive things all the more expensive for us.
Yeah,
So
there was a big furor when it was levied on sanitary napkins, especially I think a couple of years back.
Yes, great, perfect. So I think we have the last question for the day. So that's the question. These are a list of rituals or ceremonies. These are the lists. I'll read it out. Brahma, Deva, Arsha, Prajapatya, Gandharva, Asur, Rakshasa, and Paisacha. We need to know what all these rituals could be. These are 10, I think so. 8. We need to know what is this? What is this ritual or this ceremony? What is it called? We have one raised hand. Sharmishta ma'am this time.
Yeah, once again, it's a guess from this Prajapatya and Gandharva. It's something to do with different parts of the wedding rituals.
Okay, I'll take that. I'll hear the other options. Yes, Srijita ma'am, your answer.
My guess was also about weddings, but let me think through this a little bit.
Can you give any hint? Because Gandharvas are celestial creatures, Asuras live in hell. I mean, these are all different kinds of people who populate the universe. So I'm wondering, Brahma is the creator. And also,
Okay, so the hint is whatever Sharmishta ma'am and Srijita ma'am has said. That's the hint. So, Srijita ma'am, have you finalized your answer?
That's only my answer now since you've given the hint. The different parts of the wedding.
Okay, so we'll give 10 points to Sharmishta ma'am because as per the Hindu scriptures, these are the 8 kinds of marriages that we have. So we have the Brahma marriage where parents decide your marriage. Then we have the Gandharva where the bride and the groom decide their marriage. So these are the 8 kinds of marriages that we have. And with that, we have 10 points for Sharmishta ma'am. And she is the one who's scoring the last question. So that's a good deal. So yeah, everybody, these were the questions and we've come to the end. I know we were enjoying it, but thank you. All of you have participated and you can have a chat with Anushka ma'am. I'll quickly,
Score.
I'll score you guys and quickly sum that up.
You guys have guesses. You always have guesses now when we are playing the board games as well, and everyone has the cash, and then the cash is being counted. Who do you think is going to win? I think that
It's Rakhi ma'am, indeed, because
I think it's Rakhi.
Most, I guess, and Srijita ma'am would be the second one.
Oh, But I'm so happy. To be very honest, I'm being part of this quiz for the first time. Tanisha has been doing these quizzes for so long. So I asked Tanisha, okay, how does it work? How does anyone raise the hand and everything? But this is quite interesting and exciting. Not just because you get to answer a lot of questions and you get to learn a lot, but also for the fact you interact with each other. So just before the quiz, I was having a very bad neck pain. I think Miss Chatterjee was also very unwell. And Shrijita, sadly enough, has a red eye. All of us were running and rushing and ill. But this gave that 1 hour break. And also, since you do not have to look at the phone, it gives you a nice time to just, interact and be in the moment. So after a very long period of time, I was just focusing on the questions, nothing else.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And a good mix of questions, from all sorts of things.
That credit definitely goes to Tanisha, bringing out such nice, lovely questions. And the sad one and the Zenith, the perfume one, I thought it was interesting. And also, we did not know that there's a woman who can go at the gallows and death penalty against it. Tanisha, what are the crimes she has committed? Pardon my ignorance.
Yes,
I think, is it
Yeah,
this
go ahead.
murder that she's committed of a lover and husband involved?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Her
no, very,
parents,
yes.
yeah.
I
It's a
think it
very
was,
famous
I read about
Amroha
it.
case.
Yeah,
You can go through it. It's not, I can't say it's very nice, but yeah.
she's quite a young girl. She's
Yeah.
not too old, maybe in her 20s.
She is doing her part for equality.
Yeah. Okay. That's one thing we've learned on this Women's Day. Something we've achieved.
So, Tanisha.
Yes, we have the winner. So there's only 15 points difference. So it's just 1.5 question difference. So I'll just say everybody's points. So Subhashri ma'am is at 15, but she made quite a good guess. So good for that. And we have Sharmishta ma'am for 40 points. Then we have Srijita ma'am with 70 points. And as you all rightly guessed, we have Rakhi ma'am with 95 points.
Wow, wonderful.
So we certainly have Rakhi ma'am as our winner.
Yeah. Congrats, Miss Rakhi.
Congratulations to you, ma'am.
Thank you. This was so much fun. And the questions were just amazing.
You have such a cute voice. You are really cute, I must say. This childlike innocence you have in you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. I am regularly accused of being a 3-year-old in a 30-year-old's body.
Miss Rakhi Chakraborty, we would love if you can just mail us your address, PIN code, number, name, and everything, and we'll definitely parcel you the hard copy of the book. You won this Ira Mukhoty's book, and I think hopefully you should be receiving it in 2 days or 3 days max. And we'll definitely put our postcards as well in this. So, and thank you everyone for taking out 1 hour of your day, for Sunday, I must say, and being part of this wonderful quiz. And I would really like to thank Aleph as well, who gave us this book. So thank you guys, and hope you enjoy your Sunday. Have a really nice dinner and watch a good movie. That's all I want from all of you guys. Yeah.
Thank you for joining me.
Thank you, Anushka and Tanisha, for organizing such a fun event.
Bye. Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Take care of your eye. Take care of your
Yes,
head.
that rhymes.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.